little in Sin City.
Would be the first time. The Raiderettes from the Las Vegas Raiders of the NFL are here.
Thank you for the hospitality, Tom Brady and the Las Vegas Raiders. Your stadium is immaculate. And this place is upside down. Early.
Here he comes, Pat. Main event, Jey Uso, the biggest night of his career. The winner of the Royal Rumble.
Stay on beat, Cole.
I'm gonna stay on beat. I'm just excited to be here.
We all are, baby. It's WrestleMania. And this particular WrestleMania will be one that Jey Uso will remember for the rest of his life. When a documentary is made about the right-hand man, tonight will be in it. Could it be the first time he's a world champion all by himself? Or a night he gets his heart broke by the ring general? Until then, I tell you what, Cole, a lot of yeeting here early.
Wade, you might have to call the whole show.
Quite happily, I'm sure it'll be a vast improvement from you two jumping out of the blocks at an 11. I will say, in an entire stadium, yeeting to the max right now, Jey Uso seems remarkably restrained.
He's the only one that can restrain himself from yeet, 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 yeet over Vegas, baby.
Well, it's all excitement for everyone else, but Jey Uso is the man that has to now step in the ring with the ring general Gunther.
Oh, let's get to that in a moment.
The celebrations.
Because everybody's having fun. Even Rick Rubin is yeeting in the front row, Pat.
I like that. I like that. Big brain man from a lot of great songs. This being a banger through and through. How do you do, Ricky Root?
Come on, Oos!
And baby, that was a WrestleMania.
Come on, Blair. Well, a little subdued.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WrestleMania. Pat McAfee and I are here, and for the first time at the announce desk, in his WrestleMania debut, Wade Barrett. Welcome, partner.
I'm so pumped up for this. I know it might not have seen so much like that during the yeeting experience. I'm trying to pace myself. This is a massive show with massive matches, and I'm so honored to be a part of this process.
Hey, even the Spanish announcers, Marcelo Rodriguez and Jerry Soto, doing some yeeting as well.
Así es. Cabalga, familia hispana, aquí estamos en vivo con nuestra mesa en WrestleMania para hacer historia nuevamente. Así es, y es gracias a ustedes. Disfruten de WrestleMania. Oh, y entonces...
Well, the stars are out tonight. We'd like to welcome Turki Al-Sheikh, the chairman of the GEA from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. They welcome us into their country a couple of times a year. He's enjoying WrestleMania here tonight.
Welcome to the show, Turkey. Thank you for coming. We're leading off with the biggest wagon in WWE. The Yeet Train starts WrestleMania 41.
Well, let's get down to business now, and Wade hit the nail on the head. All the fun and games are over here in a couple of minutes. For Jey Uso, He comes in tonight, Wade, 0-6 in World Championship matches in his career. Perhaps more importantly, 0-3 when it comes to going one-on-one with Gunther.
Well, pressure is no greater than right here at WrestleMania. Jey's been here before, he's done it before, but he's done it in tag action where he's had somebody to lean on. He stands alone, and it must be the most lonely spot on planet Earth, knowing what is about to walk down this aisle.
He's not alone at all. I think you can see clearly, Wade. All of Vegas is with him.
Gunther marching his way to the ring. He has only been pinned by 2 men since arriving on the scene on Monday Night Raw a number of years ago. One was Cody Rhodes back at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia in November. The other was a year ago, Pat, right here at WrestleMania, when he went into the matchup a heavy favorite against the underdog Sami Zayn. Sami would go on to upset Gunther and end the 666-day reign as champion.
And certainly Sami Zayn is a very capable competitor, so maybe Gunther took him less seriously than he should. A record at 51-3, this man wins and wins and wins some more. Doesn't understand losing. But the last couple of weeks, he seemingly has lost himself a little bit with Jey Uso barking back.
Also making her WrestleMania debut tonight, our ring announcer, the great Alicia Taylor.
The following contest scheduled for 1 fall is for the World Heavyweight Championship! Introducing first, the challenger from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso. And his opponent, from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther!
Jey Uso won the 2025 Royal Rumble. He would go on to pick this man, Gunther, to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Wade, a lot of people have questioned the decision of why Uso would pick this monster known as Gunther.
Well, it's a mountain to climb from the word go. For the past 3 months, Gunther has been at his brutalist worst. It looked like it had crumbled Jey Uso from the off, but the last 2 weeks, we've seen a very different version of main event Jey.
You win the Royal Rumble, you have an opportunity to be a world champion. No matter who you face, it's going to be tough. This one might be the toughest of them all.
Talked a lot over the past couple of weeks, the fact that after bloodying and bludgeoning Jey Uso's brother Jimmy, that Gunther sent Jey Uso into another space, into another plane. Jey Uso's been intense. Jey Uso has been focused, and perhaps, Wade, for the first time, Gunther has lost some control of this situation.
Yeah, it's been a morphing act by Jey Uso, and that morphing act has completely rattled the champ. Everything Gunther thought he knew about Jey Uso has gone out the window.
I think everything Jey Uso thought he knew about Jey Uso has gone out the window. Feels like a new person as of late, as we wait each other out here a little bit on the big stage.
Well, the problem for Jey, I mentioned before, 0-3 in one-on-one matches with Gunther. Back in 2024 when Jey Uso was the Iron Man of the Rumble that year.
Let's get started,
50 minutes before being eliminated by Gunther, and we're underway. Are you surprised, Wade, that Jey Uso went for the collar and elbow tie-up to start this match?
Yeah, I am completely. And listen, the mindset of Jey Uso may have appeared to have changed over the past 2 weeks. Physically, he's still the same guy. That's the problem. Physically, nobody.
Oh, and Jey firing back with a right, and he drops Gunther. And Gunther now back on his heels, and he's going to roll out of the way. The ring now to readjust.
All right, forget everything I just said. Physically, that did indeed rock Gunther. But when Gunther feels a weakness on himself, he fixes it and comes back stronger.
Yeah, Jey Uso has actually put on some muscle over the last few months. He's got a new neck tat, so physically he's different as well coming in here. And I think what Gunther just realized was, wait a minute, Jey Uso can throw hands if he has to.
Yeah, real contrast in styles in this matchup. Gunther is steadfast, machine-like. He's redefined brutality here in WWE. For Jey Uso, he's flashy, he's quick, he's a veteran. Looking to outsmart Gunther here tonight, which I'm not sure you could do against the ring general.
Well, Gunther leaves no stone unturned in his preparation, especially for the biggest matches here at WrestleMania. Jey Uso simply cannot outmaneuver the champ physically.
Side headlock, and Pat, if you're Gunther, you want to try to ground and pound Uso tonight.
Absolutely. Gunther's trying to pound everything in sight.
Big shoulder tackle. Uso with his quickness moves out of the way. And Jey Uso with a shoulder tackle of his own. Chopped by Gunther.
Yeah, those are going to be the equalizers here.
And a step up in, Zaguri drops the champ again. And again, Gunther has to roll out of the way and try to reassess this situation.
Step up in Zaguri gives Jey a little bit of peace here.
Well, here's the shocking moment, that huge chop from Gunther there. Jey just ate it. It rattled him, but he didn't go down. That has surprised the big Austrian.
The dominant champion who's held the title 80% of his career in WWE. 870 days as the NXT UK champ. 666 days as the Intercontinental Champion. 258 days now as the World Champ since winning back at SummerSlam. One thing Gunther has to do, Pat, is not allow the crowd to get into this match.
Yeah, you watch him just take a step back there once the eating started here in Las Vegas, and maybe it is in his head a little bit that the whole stadium's against him.
Being a former NFL player, explain to us the importance of the momentum of the crowd to help your team.
Yeah, momentum's a real thing. Stats and analytics don't really know how to explain it, but if the vibes are good and they're going, confidence is high.
Not enough. And Gunther into the cover now. Jey forced to kick out. And I'm not sure you want to try to overpower Gunther here.
Yeah, and I guess you're overestimating the importance of crowd noise when it comes to Gunther. A lot of people, yes, it will affect. Gunther is just built so different. He's got the granite mindset. Noise from the peanut gallery is not going to affect him at all.
Well, talk about noise. The chops to Jey's chest tonight that people are going to hear maybe for the first time, alarming. What that right hand of that Austrian man can do. He's devastated. Body slam from Jey Uso.
And now Gunther backing up into the corner again, and Jey Uso caught him. And Jey now starting to roll. Gunther, the champion, could be in some trouble. Gunther was not expecting. Oh, that chop will stop Jey in his tracks as he tumbles and falls to the floor.
That's what I was talking about just moments ago.
It's been flurries. It's been 100 miles an hour from Jey Uso. It has rattled the champ on occasion, but one killer blow like that changes everything.
And again, another look at this chop.
It's his finisher.
Boom!
If he hits it, it could be over immediately.
And remember, guys, no hurry for Gunther here. He's got the champion's advantage. Jey must pin or submit Gunther to win the title.
And this is the pace that Gunther likes. It was that 100 miles an hour stuff from Jey Uso that was playing into Uso's game plan. Now this is all back to the drawing board.
Gunther goes 6'4", 250. From Vienna, Austria, and that big uppercut drops Jey again. And now it almost feels like, Pat, that Gunther's starting to settle in.
Yeah, this is right where Gunther likes to be. He's in complete control. You are at his mercy, and he's chopping and thumping your body down.
And if you were Jey Uso, Wade, this is what you had to try to avoid.
Yeah, absolutely. You asked him on 3 weeks ago. Jey Uso had zero chance in this match. All that has changed in the meantime is a couple of fired-up speeches from Jey Uso. Physically, he's exactly the same, and now he's getting dominated by Gunther. This was inevitable.
You don't think that affected Gunther emotionally at all?
Until the bell rings, and then something switches in the mind of Gunther. And
now,
this version appears.
And now the match settling into the point where I believe many people thought this match would be, that the dominance of Gunther, didn't want to believe it, wanted to believe in Jey. And Jey with a spear! He caught him out of midair with a spear, chanced out to steal a win over Gunther, who's got to kick it too. Now, if you're the champion, Wade, that's going to knock you all out of sorts.
Yeah, and if everything you're saying, Wade, is true, then Jey Uso didn't just spear Gunther out of his boots and almost win the title right here in Las Vegas.
Take another look at this. Spear connects to perfection, but to be honest, Gunther absorbed it, kicked out at exactly the right moment, keeps the match alive, and really, Jey Uso took too long to follow it up.
Yeah, you got to wonder if Jey got all that spear with full momentum, but Jey's still fighting back, and Gunther seems to be on his heels a bit here.
In the case, Jey Uso is back in charge.
Ooh, wow!
Never mind!
The biggest equalizer in the game. Throw whatever you want at Gunther. Wait a second.
Went for the power bomb, and Jey turned it into a Samoan drop. Great counter by Jey. He's been beaten by that power bomb before.
I'll tell you this, Jey Uso is as locked in as I have ever seen him. I go back 16 years with that guy. This is a very different, more combative version of Jey Uso.
Referee Sean Bennett, the official in this World Championship matchup. Gunther now will not allow Uso to get to the top rope. Gunther will meet him there, however. And now the world champion looking to take control. Hooking Uso. Top rope now for Gunther. Into that suplex, driving Jey Uso across the ring.
There's a throw off the top rope.
And there's that dinosaur drop kick by the gargantuan Gunther, who now looks to put Uso away with a power bomb. And this is what we are afraid of. Stacks him up for the win and the retention, and a kick out at 2 by Jey.
How did Jey kick out of that?
Well, Gunther is transforming the game before our eyes. No one in history has stacked heavy offense in a row quite like Gunther. This was the final piece in the puzzle, the high-stack powerbomb. Final piece until it wasn't. Jey Uso still has some resolve left in him.
What a night tonight at Allegiant Stadium. We kick off WrestleMania Saturday with the World Heavyweight title on the line. Over 60,000 will be in this building tonight in Las Vegas.
An absolutely electrifying atmosphere. WrestleMania weekends are a must-do for any human with breath.
It's been a wild 24 hours already. Right hand, big slap by Gunther, drops Jey again. And now Gunther looking to deliver yet another power bomb to Jey Uso. Jey able to turn it around with a nice Rana. And now Jey Uso, spear again by Jey. Jey's got Gunther hurt. Gunther's down. Jey Uso's going to look to go up top. Is it Jey's moment? Is it Jey's opportunity? Jey from the top rope, frog splash connecting. Cover. Gunther kicks out at 2.
Well, they've both now dropped their heaviest artillery, and it simply hasn't worked. Gunther going for the second bite of the cherry. Jey beats him to the punch with this spear, this time following it up with that iconic splash. But Gunther is the champ for a reason, and this one lives on.
And it's interesting because both the men have hit their finishers, their Uso splash and the power bomb, and you got to believe is frustration, I should say, starting to set in for Gunther.
What the hell's Gunther doing? He's taking his bat and ball and going home?
Gunther has grabbed his world title.
You're not gonna lose that for me, sir. You're not gonna lose that for me. Nobody will.
And Jey Uso, now look at the referee Bennett had to duck out of the way, and Gunther used the belt as a weapon. Jey Uso with a belt to the face. Gunther now going up to the top rope. Gunther with a splash. Gunther looking to retain and steal this matchup. Kick out by Jey.
How the hell is there anything left in Jey Uso?
And now the frustration is setting in, Wade. Gunther realized that was his opportunity, and now locking in the sleeper. The choke is locked in.
This looks very similar to what was happening to Jimmy a couple weeks ago.
Indeed, and Jey Uso was forced to watch as his brother was choked out, a bloody mess in the center of the ring. WWE fans trying to rally Jey Uso some way, somehow. Jey trying to make it to the rope. Gunther going to turn it around now and lock it in.
The eyes of Jey Uso slowly fading. This is the last roll of the dice if he can't get to that rope.
Jey trying to make it to the rope. Gunther doing a nice job blocking.
Oh no!
Drags Jey back to the center of the ring, and now it's just a matter of time.
Squeezing the soul out of the body of Jey Uso, still scrambling.
He made it to the ropes. Jey made it to the ropes. Great move by Jey. Made it to the ropes. The official gives Gunther a 5 to break.
I thought that was it, Wade. I thought Gunther was going to do what he's done so many times in the past, and that's just make Jey Uso go night-night.
Well, he ain't night-night quite yet, but things are getting incredibly close.
That's how.
Gunther screaming at Uso, obviously frustrated, trying to figure out what he needs to do to put Jey away. A couple of vicious knees to the jaw of Jey Uso, and another chop, and Gunther's ticked off right now.
Well, you get hit with a title, your brain is scrambled. Jey Uso at this point completely defenseless. I'm starting to question the likelihood of Jey Uso's ongoing aliveness.
You saw the official, Sean Bennett again, checking on Jey Uso, and Jey says, just bring it. And now another chop by Gunther. Uso is laughing. Jey Uso is laughing at the chops from Gunther.
Jey Uso said, do you know the family I grew up in? You think you're going to be able to out-tough me?
And another one walked right into that. Drops Jey to the knees. Not sure that was wise, but to your point, Jey might not have a clue where he's at.
You can laugh all you want. Imminently, Jey Uso is going to start looking like Jimmy did several weeks ago.
That's a really good point. Gunther promised he would bloody and bludgeon and batter Jey Uso in this match tonight.
Gunther waiting for Jey to get back to his feet.
Oh, Jey back to his feet. Nice blow by Uso. World champ works on the left arm and a chop to Jey.
Caving them.
And another chop. Drops the challenger.
At this point, Jey Uso clearly is not thinking like the normal Jey Uso, and the referee needs to keep a close eye on this. Part of the job of the referee is to protect competitors when they can't protect themselves.
It's a championship fight. Jey Uso's nowhere near quitting.
Jey fighting back. There's been some physical, vicious championship matches in all genres here in Las Vegas over the years. Gunther and Jey now exchanging blows like massive heavyweights in the middle of the ring. What's going to give here? And Gunther with a clothesline. Jey still on his feet. A clothesline to Gunther as well. Jey still standing tall.
Big boot.
And that'll knock the champ down.
Jey Uso looking like a man possessed.
Just went through a toughness war with Gunther in one.
We talked about it on the Countdown show. You never know when you're ever going to get another opportunity at the World Championship. You got to take it when you can. And now Gunther from behind. The choke now on Uso. Able to duck from underneath. Nice German suplex by Jey.
Jey taking a minute, but he can't take too long. Gunther will take advantage.
Jey going deep into the playbook tonight.
Jey Uso is basically hitting Gunther's greatest hits on Gunther right now. That clothesline, that German suplex. Gunther, whatever he expected tonight, it certainly was not this.
It was a great game plan developed here by Jey Uso. And Jey now there again, that's that big dinosaur drop kick. Drops the #1 contender in his tracks. Gunther now, center of the ring. Hoisting Jey Uso up, powerbomb position. Jey able to counter. Jey counters. Jey's got Gunther and a powerbomb of his own.
Yet again, pulling out moves from the repertoire of the champ.
Studying film. Growing his game.
Jey just hit Gunther with a powerbomb and a super kick, and suddenly Uso showing signs of life.
A power bomb to the ring general.
Roman Reigns told us on Pat McAfee's show Friday how proud he was of Jey Uso in this opportunity tonight. Spear! Speaking of Roman Reigns, a spear by Jey. Gunther's down. Jey's gonna climb high.
Go on, Jey!
Uso splash! Smart by Jey. One didn't get it done last time, so Jey is gonna try to develop another one here. A second Uso splash.
Rolls through again, Cole. I think he's thinking 3 Uso splashes.
Well, Gunther looks like a beaten man already.
Jey Uso going for the trifecta in Vegas. Connects this time to the back of Gunther. Does Jey have a chance? Does Jey Uso have a chance for the upset of the year?
Is Jey Uso about to be world champion?
You're a betting man. You're putting all on Jey Uso.
And now Jey with a choke, with a sleeper on Gunther, turning Gunther's offense around him. Uso's got it locked in on Gunther. Gunther's fading. Gunther taps out. Jey Uso wins the damn title.
Here is your winner, the new World Heavyweight Champion, main event, Jey Uso.
You guys want to talk about poetic justice? Jey Uso turned the tables tonight on Gunther.
Jey Uso's world champion.
Jey Uso wins his first title. He rolled the dice on the strip and it paid off. Gunther tapped out. Wait, take us through the end of this.
What a miracle performance from Jey Uso. This is where it looked like the fix was in for Gunther, connecting with the skull of Jey with that championship, following it up with this massive splash. But something came over Jey Uso tonight and he refused to be denied. And
Gunther
once again,
tapped out.
Gunther throwing everything he had at the man. But
Jey
Jey was
did it.
simply equal to it and more.
Jey did it. Jey Uso did it.
Hitting Gunther with multiples of his own offense, then pulling out Jey Uso's own greatest hits. The spear, the splash, we saw multiple super kicks, but this was the poetic moment that Michael Cole mentioned. Just when Jey Uso's hopes were fading, he saw a vision of his own brother covered in blood, and this is how he chose to defeat the man that put Jimmy Uso in that state.
Ladies and gentlemen, a career that started a couple of decades ago in a small promotion that was before NXT, known as Florida Championship Wrestling. The late, great Dusty Rhodes once said that Jimmy and Jey Uso were going to be massive stars. And tonight, Jey Uso fulfilled that prophecy. From Tampa, Florida, to Las Vegas, Nevada, to the World Heavyweight Championship and the top of the world.
You did it, Jey.
And look who is in the ring. Brother Jimmy, tears in his eyes, emotion overflowing tonight. There is a reason it's day one-ish. The twin brothers, together through thick and thin, they've had their problems, they've battled each other, they've been at each other's side. But tonight, Jimmy Uso is here to present his brother Jey with the most coveted prize, the World Heavyweight Championship.
You talk about day one-ish. This is just day one of the Jey Uso era as world champion.
We know that Jey Uso's father, the Hall of Famer Rikishi, is somewhere in this stadium tonight. Pat, you remember, and Wade, you were there that night with me, back in Indianapolis, Indiana. The night that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, when you and I walked into a bar at our hotel, and Rikishi, Jey's father, was there, and he ran up to us, and he gave us a massive hug, and there were tears in his eyes as he watched his son win the Rumble. You can only imagine what Rikishi is doing tonight, because he can call his son the World Heavyweight Champion.
talk about working your ass off, doing it the right way, winning over every single human in the WWE universe, and then cashing in on the grandest stage of them all to become world champion. You're talking about a dream come true. You're talking about an iconic storyline that'll live forever. You're talking about a Yeet documentary that might be about a future GOAT in this industry. Jey Uso's world champ, Cole. Why don't you go on in? Yeet a little bit.
Congratulations to the brand new World Heavyweight Champion. Say it one time, Pat.
Yeet. Jey Uso, world champ.